Good morning, children. The lesson which we are going to start today is the bond of love. This story is a bond of love between a human being, that is the narrator, and an animal. The narrator wants to make us understand that animals too have emotions like human being, and they too can help human being, and they can be a very good communication, a very good bonding between human beings and animals. So let us see what is the story about. Now I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet slot bear. I got him for her by accident. Now who is I here? I is the narrator, and he is narrating his story, and he says that he is going to tell us about his wife pet, that is a bear. Okay, and the name of that bear is Bruno. I got him for her by accident. Accidentally, he had got this. He didn't purchase it, or he didn't want that he should keep a bear as a pet. But accidentally, he happened to get this small little cub bear, and he decided that he is going to bring it home. So how he got this bear, let us see. Now he's narrating his story that how this bear came to be their pet. 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. Now we are who? That is the narrator and one of his companion, some friend. They were passing through a sugarcane field in Mysore. Now the people were driving away the wild pigs from the field by shooting at them. The wild pigs were damaging the sugarcane crops, and for that's why the farmers or whoever's field it was, they started shooting the wild pigs so that they will run away from them. And some of them they got shot also, and some of them escaped. And when these people, that is the narrator and his companion, were just crossing the road, suddenly a black sloth bear came out just in front of their car. The big bear had just ran, and it was running from a very long time, so it was panting means it was taking short breath, it was becoming breathless. And uh, in the because the sun was too strong, and it was running from a very long time. Secondly, it was trying to save itself from the gunshot, and so it became altogether breathless, and it happened to just run in front of the car of the narrator. Now before the narrator says that he never thought that he is going to shoot that bear, because he was a animal lover, and that idea never came in his mind. But before he could think anything, his companion, his friend who was with him, just picked up the gun and shot the bear, because he got frightened that the bear may attack them. And before the bear could attack them, the friend of the narrator, he shot, and as the bear got the shot, it just fell down on the ground. Now as they were watching that the animal was falling, a big bear fell on the ground, but they could feel, the narrator says that the animal was completely dead, but after few minutes they felt as if the top portion, that is the fur of the bear, was moving. And when they came close to the body to inspect whether really the bear is dead or not, when they came very close, they saw that the large bear had a little baby bear on its back, and the mother was dead, and the small baby bear was altogether frightened, terrified, and it knew that the mother is dead, and so it was just making a loud noise trying to escape from there. But it was too small, it couldn't understand what to do, where to run, and it was just mm, clucking onto the mother, means it was just clinging, catching onto the body of the mother. Now the narrator says that he ran to just catch that baby bear. And as the narrator ran towards the bear understood that his life is in danger, and the baby bear also ran towards the sugarcane field. And both of them, that is his companion, and both of them, they ran after the baby bear. And the narrator, he says that he caught him, just he grabbed him and he caught him by his neck. That is, the narrator was able to catch the bear by his neck, and they just brought him. And while they were picking him up, the bear tried to save itself, and he tried to scratch the narrator on his hand with his sharp hooked claws. But still, uh, the bear was brought in the car, and they put him into the gunny bag. Gunny bag means a big bag made out of jute. And so he was put there, and when they got back to Bangalore, he presented that bear to his wife as a pet. The wife became very happy. She was very delighted, and she immediately took a ribbon and tied it on the neck of the baby bear. And when she came to know that it is a male or it is a boy bear, then she christened it. Christened it means she gave it a name. And what name the narrator's wife gave it? She gave it Bruno. So from that day onwards, this little bear was called as Bruno. Now Bruno soon, because it was too small, so the wife and the narrator's children, they started giving it milk from the bottle. And after few days, they started feeding it. And the bear was habitual of eating all kinds of food. He was habitual of eating porridge. He ate vegetables, fruits, nut, meat, and then rice, means whatever things were cooked, chilies, bread, eggs, chocolates, puddings, ice cream, everything whatever was available in the house, everything this bear got into the habit of eating. Whatever the bear is to see lying here and there, is to just pick it up and eat it. Means he was habitual of eating all the things. The narrator says that he became very much attached to the two Alsatian dogs. The narrator, they had two Alsatian dogs, and so this bear became very friendly. Even he became friendly to his children as well as the children of the neighbors and the tenants which they had. The bear became very friendly. The children used to come, and they used to spend time running here, running there, and the bear used to just run all through the house. He used to just enter into the kitchen. He used to sleep on their beds, and so the pet became altogether friendly with all the members of the family, and including the neighbors also. Now, one day the narrator describes an accident which happened with the bear. He says that he had put some poison, that is barium carbonate, to kill the rats. The rats were troubling him, they were entering into his library and damaging all the books. So he had put some poison in the library for the rats to die. And as Bruno had the habit that whatever he used to get, he used to just gulp it down, he used to eat. So when Bruno entered in the library, he saw this something lying on the floor, on the ground, and all, and he just ate some of the poison. As he ate the poison, the result was that his feet, that is his legs, were totally paralyzed. But he was paralyzed in the library, he was lying there. But then also the bear used his sense, and he just tried to push himself and came near the narrator's wife. And when the wife noticed that something has happened to the pet, she immediately called the narrator, and they put him in the car and they rushed him to the hospital. As they rushed him to the hospital, he was the bear was very means his condition was deteriorating. He was vomiting, he was taking very heavy deep breathing, he was taking all the limbs, his legs were altogether paralyzed. He couldn't move any part of his body. And so the narrator felt that this was a very painful situation for the narrator, because from small he had brought this bear, and he and his wife were taking care, and to see this bear in such a condition was very painful to him. Now immediately the veterinary doctor, the narrator took the bear to the veterinary doctor. As the veterinary doctor saw the condition of Bruno, he understood what is the wrong. He even asked the name of the mm poison which Bruno had eaten, and immediately he gave an antidote. Antidote is a medicine taken or given to cut off the poison which is present in the body. And so 10 cc of the antidote was given, but after 10 minutes there was no improvement in his condition. 10 minutes had passed, but there was no improvement in the condition of Bruno. And so the doctor decided that again he's going to give the antidote, and again he injected 10 cc of antidote. And after within half an hour, uh, you can say that Bruno's condition was much better. Slowly he started shaking his hands and leg. He opened his eyes, and after nearly 30 to 40 minutes, Bruno was fit and fine like before. And now he was just standing on his feet, moving here and there. And the narrator says that he brought him back home, and the next day he was completely fine, okay, like before, still eating, drinking all the things what he used to eat. And so, children, some part of the chapter I have explained. The next part I will be doing in my next video. So till here, read the lesson so that you will understand better. Thank you.